like, but before that, I need to give a little bit intro and need to set a context of this entire session. Um, you would have seen some of the poster, you'd have seen some of the messages, like why you would want to join the session. Like, I guess a lot of people need some answers, needs to understand how the industry works, and have some aspirations, maybe in the bioinformatics or in the some other fields related to it, right? So we have one such person like that. Like, we still remember our first conversation with Drishti, like a 2 or 3 years, I mean, 2 years back, I guess. So it was really great, because like in the first call, we know like how much aspiration every biotech student has, because almost 90% of biotech students are really passionate about doing research, like staying in the biotech sector, right? So this is one such person which we found. And also like, she's like alumni of the bioinformatics program, which is like a first batch of the bioinformatics program which we launched. And she's like in the top 10% of students who perform really great on the bioinformatics part, and also who really perform well on like critical analysis and also like problem solving skills. She's really great with it. So we found a lot of patterns in a lot of biotech students who are really passionate about biotech, who really have a problem solving skill sets, who really has a potential to develop on their own and being independent as the person who's like actually greater in the biotech area. Okay, so Drishti is one such person. So we are going to like discuss a lot of things about it, like what made her really passionate about bioinformatics and how she got into the industry. Because if I need to give you one major point about this, is almost 80% of the companies are ready to hire when we like circulated a resume to the lot of biotech companies. Okay, and she started working in ThinkHat as an intern. Now she got like placed in the company, right? So let's try to understand. Let's ask genuine questions and authentic questions, like what this like what is the current are expecting, and what kind of skill sets that we need to actually have. Yeah. So can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you for the great introduction. I'm audible, right?
Yeah, you are great. You are audible. Okay. So,
Okay. I'm so happy to see my batchmates also here coming to support me. Thanks, Megha. Thanks, Suchismita. I could see you all. So thank you so much. And hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be a part of this session. And we'll get started soon. And just an introduction on my end from my side, that hi guys, I'm Drishti, currently working in Hyderabad at ThinkHat. So we'll just start now. I'll share my screen. I think I could do. I'll share my entire screen. That would be okay. Yeah, visible, right? So guys, I won't be able to see you, I think, but please stop me if I'm not audible. Just interrupt in between and let me know. I'm visible, right? Actually, one more thing I need to mention is I'm out with my team at a outing. Like at our team, we today it's the outing day we have. So I'm taking session from here only, and everyone would be waiting till I conduct the session. So we'll quickly start so that we can wind up on time. All right, let's take take ahead. So as you guys got the introduction, currently I'm working as a bioinformatics intern in ThinkCat, and my conversion is still in the process. It's not yet confirmed, but soon it's almost confirmed officially, but we are yet to decide on other things. So once that's done, I'll be updating everyone. All right. So this is the flow of the session that we are going to talk about. So firstly, I'll talk about my journey being a core biology person and how I switched to bioinformatics. Then we'll be talking about what are the tools and techniques or the skills that are required by the beginners, right? Then about the course, because it had played major role in my career. So of course, I would elaborate on that part, that how it could be beneficial, or if you are in any of the categories, so how can you get advantage from that point. So we'll cover that. Then there's a upskilling roadmap. Like once you have started, you got the internship, and it's like now you are or either applying to company also. So how do you portray yourself? All these things we'll be discussing. Then of course we can see career choices. Like there are a majority of questions like degree is important or the skills we should have. All those questions would be covered in career choices. I hope I'm not going too fast. It's all right, right? Can you guys? Okay. Thank you so much. I'll keep coming back like that. Yeah. Then we'll be talking about how's the industry, what are the companies they look in the like what companies look in the candidate, and how is the interview process. Then talking about the future scope. This we'll discuss later. And this PPT would be available for you guys. Okay, so we'll discuss about that later. Then we'll move on to your Q&A session. All right. See, majority of questions that I've got, I've divided into these segments. So I hope I'll be covering them all. So I'll tell you how my journey started. I'll go through it quickly. Nothing more in it. So during my class 10th, I was the person I wanted to become a doctor. I like, okay, I'll do NEET. I'll give this medical entrance exam. Then, of course, there was a marks difference I could not get. So I thought that biotechnology is booming. It will boom in future. Let's go ahead, because at that moment you are very confused. You don't get the idea where to go, where not to go. So that time in my mind, I was like, biotech is the option that where I could grow in. Then after completing graduation, there's one thing I was putting my head into, and then I realized it was not meant for me because other great things were in the way. So I was trying for MBA entrance exams, only to realize that I can do many other things. Like I enhanced my communications skill through while prepping for this, because I went for internships during my college, and I used to present myself a lot more. So that enhanced me my personality. I was always outgoing, but still, when you prepare and when you have certain thing in mind, you go according to that path, right? So considering that, I dropped that plan, and I thought it's not happening for me again. I did not get enough marks to get into a good college, right? Like the top ones. Then what happened is I discovered about diversity, and I was really highly impactful, or you can say I was influenced by their what they were doing. I'm audible, right? Can you hear background noises or something?
No,
No, no, you are very clear. You are very clear.
Okay, great. Yeah. So that's when I thought I'll go ahead with diversity, because it's a 1 year program, plus it's more of practical thing. I did not want to invest 2 years into master's program, just learning the theory and again starting from the basics. So that's when I discovered about the program, and I like, okay, let's give it a try, because it's also a new. I also had many questions in my mind before I could. Because there was no one to ask for. So it was like first batch, and I was the first student. So of course that experience is really worth it. Now we'll talk about, then after this program, I got internship. Now probably I'll be converting into a full-time job there. So let's go. These are the questions that we'll get started. And I think I should divide my screen so that I also can view your responses. Let's see how it can be done. No, it would not be visible properly. Hmm. Just a moment. Okay, no worries. we'll go like this. Hmm. So I could get your some of the responses or that I can read through. All right. So the first question was, I come from a strong biology background and they have no experience in coding and data science. Uh, the question, I think it's readable by everyone. I'll just start answering so that we just don't waste time on questions part. So the thing is, yes, of course, one can get started because bio is main part. When we are coming to bioinformatics, is bio plus information technology. Then you have mathematics. Then CS stands for statistics. So of course, you can go ahead. But the thing is, you need to develop the coding skills that when you practice, it's of course doable. So that's one thing. Then when once we enter into this, the second question, we'll move on. Coding is essential, but it's what I can say is you can gradually learn. No one expects you that you are joining a internship or a company and people will be like, okay, now Drishti, tell me how do you code this or how will you solve this. No, that's not gonna happen. Like people also get that you are a fresher and they also give time for you to get into the field and gain knowledge in that sense. So once you have the basic knowledge, okay, how to use, what are the loops, all those things, then you can get started. And main thing is the projects thing, which we'll be discussing later. And here are the answers also, like in the PPT form, if you guys need. Right now, I'm just answering. What should I learn before joining bioinformatics course? You just need to have clear understanding of bio. What are you doing? Plus, if you want to do additional things, you can explore biological databases. NCBI is there, Uniprot is there. All those things you can explore. Python is such a thing that can be used in bio as well and in other field also, right? So even if you're not good with the bio thing, like how do we code in bio, like the concepts that we should code, you can start with the basic things which is available on YouTube. And yeah, that's it for now in this part. So for someone who is in first year, uh, as I mentioned, these are the same things. Just get your biology clear, then start with some small coding related problems. Just try to solve one of them. Okay. It's not about what should I learn. It's about take a problem, start solving. Whatever you learn will always be value addition. All right. Then can I do bioinformatics course after this one? I think the eligibility criteria would be mentioned on the website. Probably you can, but just to confirm, you can check the website as well. Till now, we are clear, or do we have any questions? Like for this part, you can just let me know. Give a thumbs up, or if any questions. All right. Thank you so much, guys. So the next part is my experience. What do I expect, and what are the things that are going on? So these are the questions that I've got from you guys only. So let's go ahead. Will the Vivacity PGP help you even if you don't know coding or stats? It will help you to start learning. You don't expect that 1 year you do and you'll get everything. No, it will get you started. It will tell you the approach how you need to do. Other thing, you'll have to do yourself. You need to practice. It's not that once they teach or once you know the theory, you can do it. It's of course more practice related things. That's one thing. Then the other one is what topics are covered early in the program. Okay, so basically we have the subjects like programming language where you learn about Python and R. Python is basically we focus more on that one. Then we have SQL thing, database management. So where we learn about SQL and other what we call as databases, right? And then there's one subject as data analytics and visualization. So that's one of the favorite subject you can, because that's where you need to visualize. You get to know where you coding, you get the results in visual form. So that's interesting, right? And then we had other subjects. What else was there? Bioinformatics, data, genomics based, like modern biology, for your core concepts. So likewise, we had 5 subjects, and you guys can refer their curriculum. Okay, so networking opportunities, of course, you get a lot, because as we go into seed week, we get to interact with a lot of mentors, industry people. They come, they teach you. So I remember one such session that was based on Linux. It was by Jagan. He was from Decode Age. So that from that day till today, I am very much or highly interested in Linux. So whatever you give it to me, I'll like, okay, let's prefer Linux because it's fast and everything. So it's a command line tool. So, of course, you get the sessions, the project reviews, and all of the things, the networking opportunities with your peers industry. Okay, now my expectations, did it meet? Yes, of course. I'm saying so because I landed into internship, which is converting into a job now. So yes, it did meet, because at one point it was like, okay, no, my basic thing is I want to get into industry, because after doing graduation, no one is taking me. I'm not having that skill set which a company could hire me for. So that's one thing where you develop those skill sets where which industry is expecting from a graduate. So that's a good point, right? Additional advantage. We are clear till here. Okay, thank you, Vansh. Thank you, Swasti, Navya, Harsh, Sai. Thank you, guys. Okay. Now let's move on to the next section. Very bad at handling in between meeting presentations. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Now, next is upskilling roadmap, what to learn and how to learn, or how do we upskill. We know, acha, do we have Hindi speaking audience in majority? Is it so? So I can also interact bit in Hindi. Okay, no. Few are there, few are not. All right. No, no. Okay, okay, fine. All right. So the thing is, how do we the roadmap part, right? Now, how do we get started? It's like just go ahead with Python, Linux, and biological databases. You can write down NCBI. In NCBI, you have geo data sets, you have SRA, you have nucleotide based. So just you should know if you want to find a single cell data set, where which database you should look forward to. If you want to find some RNA-seq data set, you can go for geo. RNA, ribo-seq, all these are sequence databases where the sequences of RNA and ribo cells, or you can say in a particular cell, they take out that sequence. So you should know which database is used for what, like protein database, then some cancer genome database. So all these things we should know. So these are the advanced one, the fast QC, star, SAM tools. It's like once you get into the course, after that you realize, okay, now while for me, it's like while I'm doing my internship, I get major clarity of whatever we have read. So that's one thing. And also I'll not forget to mention how important is your personality, your communication skills. That plays a huge role. Enough to like, I cannot emphasize that enough. It's that important. Okay, so where can beginners practice projects or data sets? So personally, I used Kaggle for the databases, for the data sets, for all the assignments we used to get. So we used, me and Megha, so we used to sit together, partner on a project, and we used to complete it. Uh, that's one thing. I would also refer that towards the end. It's like when you're joining a course or whenever you are learning something, just have someone by your side who is same as you, who looks on the thing in the same way, so that you both can practice and you upskill both of you, right? That's one thing that is important, and it's like it influences you a lot. Okay. So next thing is, yeah, I personally use Kaggle and this NCBI Geo. Rosalind I did not use as of now, till date, to much extent, because I did not use to practice much. Sorry to say that. Uh, Next thing is, I'm audible, right? My background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So I'm in BTech Biotech with data science. How can I upskill like pro? Now the thing is, you're already in biotech also plus data science also. You are at intersection, and these days the intersection fields are in highest demand. So what you can do is pick up some projects and start working on that. Yeah, I'll share the PPT. I'll tell you how. Later we'll discuss that. I'll share the PPT. So it's like, do some real world projects. Take a problem statement. How you can take it? Either you can go through some GitHubs or research papers where they add the GitHub repository. You need to clone that. Ask ChatGPT, how do I clone the GitHub repository? They'll give you entire commands. Now start practicing. These days, practicing is very easy, right? So just use it to your advantage, right? We have ChatGPT. All right. So one thing about GitHub is, if you guys don't have GitHub account, and I'm assuming most of you are still into graduation courses they are doing, right? So if you don't have a GitHub account, first thing that a professional looks is your LinkedIn and your GitHub account. You need to have them sorted. Okay. So you in GitHub also there's some version control things that you guys can learn from YouTube. If not, if you're joining the course, you can learn it there as well. Now, what thing you should do is take one project from GitHub, do it exactly, like reproduce it, not copy paste. You need to try on your own, understand and reproduce it. So if someone asks you question from those topics, you can answer them. How did you do? How did you get the data? What are the challenges you faced? You need to know them all. Okay. Next is what to upskill, what's in demand, and industry needs. Okay. So anything which is an intersection with data, AI is in demand. In our company, we are working on healthcare and life sciences part along with AI. So I see wherever you see AI thing, it's in demand. Right. So machine learning, of course, AI ML thing, it's in demand. Data visualization, I think I'm not very sure about the data visualization, but we definitely need it. That I'm very sure. So that's one thing. As a bioinformatics person, what you do is you build pipelines. For the longest time, when I was a student, I did not understand what these pipelines mean. I like, okay, my mentors are saying that they work in this company and they are building pipelines. I like, what exactly is pipelines? We don't get the word only. So we used to discuss like that. What's pipeline? So I'll tell you. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, pipeline is just a series of steps that we need to follow. This I realized very late, which I'm telling you now so that you can figure it out if you read anywhere. Okay, this pipeline. So it's like, okay, we get the data. The data is in huge form. We cannot use it directly. So the first step I'm doing is I'll trim the data. So that's pipeline first step. Now second is, for example, I need to filter out the contaminants. Firstly, I had missing part. Now I'm having the complete parts, but the data is not relevant. It's noisy. The technical language, if I use, it's noisy or it has contaminants. So again, we go to some quality check part. So the series of steps that we follow to achieve our results is pipeline. The very basic and the simple things I've understood, I figured out myself is this one. Yeah, so it's clear, everyone. Just a thumbs up. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So far, so good, right? You can mention yes in the chat. Are you guys there? Yes. Okay, great. Now let's move ahead. Career choices, degree versus job, roles and options. So the thing is, in my LinkedIn, most questions also I got were of like, I'm doing this MTech degree or any master's degree. Is my screen not visible? It's visible. Okay. Maybe some problem at your end. Kindly check. Are you'll get to know. That's why telling you from now on. Like you have to build communication skills. You have to work on that. It does not come in a first day. It will come by time, but it's achievable. Okay. So the thing is, yeah, degree versus job is like people say, I'm going to pursue masters because certain job description mention that they have the eligibility for MTech people or MSc people or PhD people, right? Yeah, I'll share in a moment. So the thing is, I agree. I definitely agree. I have also been to job descriptions. I've been to that phase, and I know I doubt myself whether I would be able to do or not because they are having all the high qualified people in their list. So once we have like the competition part towards the interview, so how will we be able to crack it? That's one thing, right? So I'll tell you, skills are majorly or most important thing rather than your degree. Your degree might be important to some extent, but if you have the degree, you don't have the skills, you cannot get into the industry. But if you have the skills, you might not have 2 year degree or a master proper degree or PhD degree, but you have skills and experience, that person will take you immediately. Like they want that kind of people who they don't need to train much. Okay. So that's one thing, skills over degree anytime. Unless you're planning to do like PhD or something where your master's 2 years masters is mandatory, then that's a different story. But just to get into the industry, you don't need to pursue a proper 2 year degree. You need to work on your skill set. Okay, I hope I have answered these questions. Basic requirement to become a bioinformatician from biomedical sciences, all these things, the bio, the coding part, these are the basic things. And if we want to get into the company, right, one thing every one of us can do, either we are in our graduation, either we are on masters while we are searching on job, is to build real time projects, is to update your resume with some projects that you have done, where you can answer in and out of everything in that project, right? Okay, so we'll move on to the next slide. Any questions in this part? Where can one find small open source or beginner friendly projects to practice bioinformatics skills? That's actually a challenge. I used to face that. The thing is, you can go in YouTube, either search for some bioinformatics people. I'll be updating. Actually, I was planning to update on my LinkedIn, like, okay, whatever challenge I used to face, so that I could provide the solutions for them. So probably stay tuned on my LinkedIn. I'll be posting something related to how can we get these, or what are the YouTube channels that they can provide. I have few sites mentioned with me right now, but on that proper challenge part, like where we have small problem and we solve, so I'll work on something and then I can come up with that. Okay, so I'll let you know on that part, whether it's a YouTube channel or any other resource. All bio companies are expecting experience or masters. What can we do? We should get skills. Experience before working. How can we get experience, right? When we have good skills, see, if they have you have skills, you have communication also, you have technical part, on some extent you have edge on that, plus communication skills. Companies are ready to teach you. They can teach you technical things, just that you need to have that attitude of learning. They should see that attitude of learning, so they hire you, right? Real world projects, it's like you go on Kaggle, or say go to GPT, our best friend. Tell, give the prompt. Okay, I need some real time bioinformatics projects so that I can build my resume. Give me some topics. Whatever topic interest you, pick on that. Ask them now. Tell me the steps. How do I need to complete the project also? Everything is there. You just need to give proper prompts and approach should be there. Right. What's the biggest challenge you have faced while applying AI in real bioinformatics data set? So right now, I was like working with the coding related part, coding related in the sense the data. How do I filter web scraping using Python? So how do we get major? See, if we do data curation manually, it takes a lot of time. As an intern, the first one that I started, I used to do manual curation of data. But of course, for a long time, it cannot be sustainable, right? So I learned this web scraping technique or the commands. And how do you get that? First thing, this is very important. You guys need to listen this with utmost attention. Research papers are the solution. This I've realized after 3 months. While my team members used to go into research papers, here are some solutions. Maths is not there. Maths is not there if you are into proper bioinformatics thing. No, in the sense it will not fear you. Whatever amount would be there, no, it would be good. You will enjoy doing that. It will not be like, oh, I have to do some proper calculation whereas sigma is there and there's some long equations. No, that AIML person who are entire into AIML engineering, they do that. Okay, I'll just consider all the questions later. We'll move on to other slides, then I'll come back to the questions. Okay, is it possible to become, yeah, this we have discussed. All right, next slide. Transition, basic requirements. I have mentioned all these things to you guys, like understanding of biology is important. You should have that attitude of learning, then curiosity, all these things would be there. You can take up some short courses that are available on Coursera, on any other platform. All right, that can be done to update the projects. Even, yeah, right now I would still be there. I'll tell you more on that part later. What kind of job roles? Now we are moving on to job roles, industry, and the interview part. So the jobs that are here in bioinformatics field is basically you can entire be on the like core bio part. It's bioinformatics like data plus everything would be there. And if you want to go towards the statistical part, right, data analysis or data science kind of thing, computational biology or computational biologist can be could be a one option, right? Okay, and also there are many others like data analyst. Then you have I've written, I think, somewhere, the clinical bioinformatician, research associate, and bioinformatics analyst, genome data scientist, all these things are there. And every company requires, if you have a AIML team, then you'll have a bioinformatics people also, you'll have data science people also. In my company, I'm the only person who belongs to the bio background, so I have that edge. Like everyone, all the engineers, my team lead, everyone would come to me, Drishti, you need to explain us this topic because we are building on this. So the bio part you will be explaining us, and I become the teacher and I'm explaining to them like this is what it happens at the core level. And once they understand, then they can do the coding part, right? um, Come under high paying jobs, we'll discuss surely in a moment. I know there are other questions also which I have not answered yet. We'll be discussing them soon. Okay, so what these roles involve? Firstly, you need to know how do you deal with data, how do you clean it, how do you analyze it, and then how do you write pipelines. If I'm building something, I'm building a model, it has to run through a pipeline, and on based on the pipeline results, my team will be building AIML models, right? So pipeline execution is one such part. Then visualizing your data is one such part. And of course, if you are a bioinformatician, you are the bridge between the AIML persons, like pure hard tech, hard into coding related persons, as well as the wet lab persons. Okay, so whenever there's project happening, you are the bridge. You have to convey their message to them, and what are the technicalities or the challenges that we are facing in computational part to the wet lab people. So it's like hands. You have to meet both the hands and build the whatever innovation in the company is going to take place. I'll talk about one of my projects that we are going ahead is primer designing. So primer is something DNA has like primer is what you have a DNA fragment, and then it's a small 18 to 25 nucleotide or base pair sequence that needs to bind to the DNA. So we are designing that. How? Through computational thing. Once we are done validating with our computational resources, that's called in silico analysis, then we move forward for the wet lab testing part. So that's one of the thing that's very interesting and I've been working on. Okay, now how to get a bioinformatics analyst role? Everywhere, whenever you are getting into any field, any role, please know that GitHub, if you are going into these kind of roles, or else if you are in you have to build your portfolio. Somewhere it's portfolio, somewhere it's resume, somewhere it's project. So the terms can differ, but the content is same. The work you need to do is same. Okay, now we have to showcase the process, not just the output, because if we show the output, people will think, okay, so he or she might have taken someone's help and that person might have done. So your understanding is equally important. Also, you need to network. You need to network how? You need to connect on LinkedIn with people who are already into the company. Don't be like, oh, hi, I'm looking for a job. Can you please help me? No one will reply. It's like, okay, you're working on this one. Can I know more about it? Or can you tell me something that's challenging for this role? Or how can I build my resume? Anything like that. It needs not, the question cannot be direct. Okay, that I want a job. No, you don't need to sound that desperate there. Okay, what companies hire in this field? So I'll categorize the companies into two categories. One is the startup kind of, they're still in the growing phase, and one is well established big players, MNC companies. So our company ThinkHat, it's in their startup phase only. So yeah, another there are here mentioned companies that you can read about. And talking about MNCs, so my office is in High Tech City, Hyderabad, and we have the Sanofi office also in High Tech City. Like when you move ahead, nearby only. And I'll tell you, once you see their, this is out of context topic actually. Once you see their offices, their buildings, you're mind blown. And I want to work in these places. I want to get here. It's that kind of thing. Thermo Fisher is also there in the same place, and Sanofi is also there. I'm not sure about Illumina where it is, if it's there in the same place or not. Then I had one of my mentors from Elucidata, one or two mentors from Elucidata. Then there's Prema's Life Sciences also. We had a mentor from that place as well. So these are all the companies that you'll get in major areas. It's you can get in Hyderabad, you'll get in Delhi or Bangalore. Bangalore is also a hub, right, for many bioinformatics companies. Okay, so these are about the company details, few of things which I know. Continue your work experience of primer designing. Sure, I'll do if time permits. Otherwise, you can connect me on LinkedIn. We can discuss there. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you. The software, it's not a proper software. It's like people, when you're going into the companies, no, they have their AWS servers. You work on that only. You have to manage that. You know how to Git bash thing. So everything is Linux environment. You need to have proper hands-on in Linux. So that's why it's very important. Okay. Any doubts till now in this part? The questions I know. It's so direct question, huh? So it's not yet decided. As I said, it's still in the process. Once it gets decided, I'll be updating. Not okay, I'm getting this much. I'll not be updating. I'll be updating whatever the fresher gets in that range. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, you need to learn Linux. That's very important. Okay, basic, in fact, the basic commands also. Just you have to go from one folder to another, you need to use CD. You have to view contents inside that folder, go to LL, LS, anything like that. Basic also you need to get started. Okay, now salary part is there. So I think everyone's focus has increased automatically. Right. So, as a fresher, when you see in startup companies, you expect somewhere around 3 to 5, I'll tell you. And if you go for MNCs, it goes up to 7, 7.5, like that, as a fresher. But it goes in MNC companies, it's good. In startup, it's still on that range also. So, if you want to know mine, it would be somewhere in startup company range, is what I think, uh, because they have not yet confirmed. Okay. So how's the Indian industry job after MS or PhD? Indian industry values your skills more, and the companies, I think they value what work or what value addition you can do to their company. So it's like that. Also, it's growing also, like in AI, healthcare, and personalized medicine. It's growing. We are like building vaccine out of mRNA. So all these things are growing, and the COVID vaccine also, how it was developed, right? It was due to this mRNA, right? mRNA thing. Can we do PhD program after 1 year diploma? I'm not very sure on that part because I've not considered not considered going into PhD. I think that's 2 year proper master degree is required. So once you get into diploma, you can continue your master's degree for the second year in some university which are affiliated, and then you can probably go to PhD. This is what I have the knowledge, but you guys need to confirm on this PhD part because I'm not planning to do and I don't have much knowledge on this one. Okay, are remote and online jobs there? Yes, it's there, but do we get it very often? No, I don't think so. I'm still exploring on that part. If we get, like, for people who have experience, they could still give the remote job, right? But for people who are freshers and the company culture is like, okay, everyone comes to office and work, they'll not give you. If the company's culture is remote work only, okay, they'll give you. Like that. This is one point. So it's like in my company, everyone has to be there in office. Sometimes you can take work from home, that's fine, but it's not entirely work from home for any of the employees. So it varies from companies to companies. Mhm. Okay, your question got answered, Varun. Yeah, so my journey, as I mentioned, how what things helped me to get job at ThinkHat or internship at ThinkHat was the projects that we had during our university period. Then how well you communicate, that's really important. And because an organization, no, people are looking for like-minded people. They don't want someone who's like, okay, come do your work and let's go. No, they don't want. They want like community, right? So all these things matter to them. One more thing is also, how can you get landed onto job or any offers is by staying active on LinkedIn. Yes, it affects a lot. Okay. So staying active, it does not need to be posting daily. Start by once a week, twice a month, thrice a month, just so that you are developing your about section or the post section. People can see, okay, this post has been there. Okay. So I've also started to say stay active on LinkedIn. So that's one thing I would recommend each one of you to start doing. If you don't know anything, pick up research paper and review that. Okay, I learned this thing from that research paper. Or say pick a company that you like and do some part of analysis part, maybe. Okay, this company is working on this part, and if you are interested, or give your value of what you think. No, see, no one would be interested in what you think, but when people see, they see a perspective this person has, right? So that kind of thing is important to build. How was my interview? So my interview was like acha, we got this thing that okay, we'll be having 1 hour interview, and I was very scared of this 1 hour interview. How many things they'll ask, and of course there'll be 3 to 4 panel members, and I would be alone, and I would be targeted, right? So I felt it that way. But it was completed by half an hour, and it was mainly on what projects they would be working on in future. So it's like okay, suppose we are working on liver cells. So do you know about liver? Do you know what kind of cells they have, or have you worked with any of the RNA-seq data? Or maybe if the company is focused into NGS, they'll ask about NGS. My company is into mRNA thing, so they asked me about mRNA translation, transcription, all those details. And also they mainly focus on the resume that you have, like what are the projects that you have done. So they'll ask you questions properly through that. So you need to know everything about your project that you are mentioning. Whatever word is there in your resume, you need to be able to elaborate on that part. Okay. Now, other thing, yeah, I'll give freelancing based on bioinformatics skills. Yes, we can do. The thing is, you need to be expert on that part. In our company, also, we have a person from US who is working as a consultant for a short-term project. Okay, suppose we need help with the pipeline thing, so we'll contact him. He'll help us till the project is completed. So yeah, that works. Consultant, part-time freelancing, all those things are there. You can once you have the skills, once you have that portfolio built, people will come up to you for sure. Okay, now this were a few things about my interview. What kinds of questions were asked? It was about, as I mentioned, about my projects and the topics that they were interested in. Yes, AIML, it was not that technical also. So they mainly saw that if this person is capable enough to learn new things, if this person has interest in building something, right? All those things that were major factor. And I had this 1 round interview only, like from in my company only. From other people's, it was like technical round also. Then they have an HR round. So for me, like okay, we are liking it, and we're like processing it immediately. So that sudden thing happened with me. I could say fortunate enough, maybe. So I had this only 1 round. For HR round, it was not that we were not prepared. Of course, we were prepared. If it had been there, we would have cracked that also. Because HR round is comparatively easy. It's like more of a communication thing happening. So that's one thing. Now, what do companies look for in freshers? I've already mentioned all these points. Consistency is important, yes. And basic project exposure should be there. It's like if you guys are there, okay, have technical skills, so you guys will teach. So let it me. I'll just have that eagerness to learn. No, they'll watch you that okay in SQL if you're writing. Have you done anything? You're writing Python, tell me which projects you have applied Python to, or which packages have you used in Python for this project. So like that. Okay, for data set you were collecting, but how did you process it? Was your computational power enough? Like all these things are there. Okay, now next few tasks. Everyone, this is mandatory for all of you, just because it will add a lot of value. You need to have a LinkedIn profile, and you need to start optimizing it. It need not to be just your 2-3 connections. No, it should have good amount of connection. Don't add irrelevant connection. Add connection relevant to your field. Okay, that helps you a lot in future. Now you'll not realize, but in future it would be great. If you don't have GitHub account, create that one. Understand and reproduce what others have already tried their projects, right? Take up and reproduce that. Now I have few learning resource also mentioned here. So it's like you can explore these websites. That's Geeks for Geeks and W3 Schools. So here you can have the language coding part, whether you want to learn Python, whether you want to learn R, whether you want to learn SQL, everything you will get here. Okay. Yeah, that's one. This thing is like you guys can first do. It has to be done. Third thing, depending whether you are on first year, third year, your priority can be changed according to that. Okay, so that's it from my side for now towards the PPT. Thank you so much, guys. You have been a patient listener. I must say, this is my LinkedIn. And one more thing I'll mention is you guys can connect me on LinkedIn. If you need the PPT, just text me. I'll forward you the PPT there. All right. Now we'll take up the questions. Hmm. So whatever the questions that would be repeated, no, I'll just skip that. Or whatever I would have answered, I'll skip that. So let's take from, um, I think in between I was answering also, right? Mm, as I mentioned about the small open source projects, I'll be putting up on my LinkedIn, or I'll put up on my LinkedIn what resources are there. I'll work on that one, and I'll see what else can be done. The YouTube channels I'm not remembering as of now, so I'll check on that. All bio companies are expecting this also I've done. AI challenges, applying AI in real biological discussion. No, no challenges as such. I used to have this computational what you call challenge. I'm getting huge data and I'm not able to process it. My system is getting hanged. It's getting killed. It was like all those challenges I used to have because of the large amount of data when we used to build our projects, the capstone projects, right? I did MSc in biotechnology, but don't know how to code. Yeah, I've answered this also. Yes, you can do fear of maths. That's not too much of maths involved, so it's doable. Particular software for real world project. For real world, like just the data sets you can collect from. Acha, also got the Rosalind Franklin. No, I think they have the problem statements also. I've not used them, but they have the problem statements, so you can refer that. Software as such, we don't use proper software. AWS servers and all those things are there. Yeah, package you can expect from this course as a fresher would be somewhere around 3 to 5 6 LPA. And don't get disheartened by listening to this. Once you get experience, once you get started, and also this industry on is it's booming. It soon it will be on its booming side. Now the people who have already done or mastered the course, companies will look for that person. So you need to crack that being first person. All right. So that's one thing you can do. Once you are ready with your experience, no, everything would be great. Okay, just a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, next question is bioinformatics comes under high paying jobs. It's not right now, but it will come. And if you're into bioinformatics properly, there's something computational biologist that's more high paying, is what I've known till now. And here the salary rises with experience. As a fresher, you cannot expect like a MBA package. I always used to have this complaint like when you do MBA, you see from a good college, you just get into 15-20 LPA package. And here you're studying so much and still you're not able to get into that package, right? So that's one thing.
Drishti, you are on mute. Very sorry.
Yeah, actually, I got a phone call from my team that they're waiting for me to go.
Okay, okay.
So
Okay,
no
no
worries.
problem.
We'll take 5-10 minutes more questions, then we'll wind up. And I'm so sorry if I would miss on certain questions. Please feel free to post it on my LinkedIn. I'll be happy to answer. Okay. So focusing on Python, Linux, yes, SAM tools and everything. You can. One more thing is like there are many formats of data. right? Here we are in image also we have JSON, JPG. All these things are there, right? In bioinformatics also the files has very like formats, PCF, then other also FNP or FASTA files is there. So like these you need to know the formats, in which format they are getting saved. So likewise you'll get a lot of clarity on which kind of data you are having. So this can be like these things I've discovered through my internship. So I'm just making you guys to know these points. Work experience of primer designing, we can discuss it later because it's still in process and it's like quite challenging also. We are working on this AMR genes, that's antimicrobial resistance genes. How do we design primer for that? Like that it's going on. Yeah, any particular software unanswered, salary yet to discuss. I'm still having review meeting lined up. Then medical coding, is it better than choosing bioinformatics field? I'm not very sure about what's medical coding, but I think it's a like proper technical thing. It would be good only, but I have no knowledge, so I would not comment there. Okay, how we break through in abroad companies or universities for masters. I think for someone who has already been into this master's abroad category, that they would be correct person to answer these questions because I'm still here in India. I don't think I can answer this. My answer would not do justice here. Okay, abroad companies is this I can answer. When you build your projects, when you build your network on LinkedIn, then that's one thing where you get to know. The thing is, you all build your network so much that wherever you go, no, you have people who can refer you. That's a bonus plus kind of thing. Reference, whenever people refer, no, the first HR or the company will what will they do is like they'll not do the interview part and answer. Instead, they'll go to the referral employees and take that person. So priority is given if you have the referral. Okay, then what else is there? Abroad companies done, freelancing also done. Insights on okay, same question. Case studies where AI made a breakthrough in bioinformatics. Can you share if possible? I can share you the resources like where you can go and find them. Go to any research articles and you can get all the breakthroughs in bioinformatics field what AI has made and it's still making. You know, Sanofi company, right? Go through their articles. They are building. They have their publications. Go through their articles. You'll get a lot of things new, and also research paper reading is very important. I used to hear from a lot of people when I was as a student sitting in that side, and I used to hear from people like, okay, you need to read research papers a lot. And like, so boring. It's not my right research papers. But the thing is, if you have that interest in topic, no, you don't even feel that it's a research paper. So start if you want to start reading research paper, go to the interest of the topic, then you can complete it soon. So if it interests you, you will be able to crack that. So reading research papers is important. Any specific online course apart from coding that you would like to suggest for BTech students? If you have knowledge in biology, that's good. If not, you can develop biology basic. What's gene? What's chromosome? Because whenever you start coding, no, you get this genes and the platforms that we have, the databases. It's in a gene format. In gene, you have these things. How do you match them? So yeah, the bio thing you can develop. I think coding part also, if you require, that can be done. Yeah, LinkedIn ID in chat box, sure, I'll do in a bit. Degree offline better to learn. See, the thing is, offline it really impacts you. I agree. I'm also huge fan of offline meetings or offline courses. But the thing is, if in online also you are getting the same value plus your what you can call your money or the value that you are paying, you're getting an online thing, then why you need to go in offline and be stay away from home, spend on hostels, spend on entire 2 year program, right? So I feel if you're getting it from offline or online, it's your preference. Just that whatever is your goal, that should be achieved, right? Okay. So my LinkedIn account, I'm just pasting the link. Yeah. So you guys can see Drishti Mohan / there's bioinformatician, right? So that's where these are small details how you optimize. So you guys can learn that also. It's very easy. Just you need to go change your numbers into whatever you want there. Okay. I'll share the PPT. Kindly text me on LinkedIn or drop a message. I'll share you in some time. Okay. Currently, I should focus more on Python or get familiar with Linux tools. You need to get familiar with Linux environment tools. If it's not familiar, that's okay. Python coding related, you need to focus, and Linux environment you need to start working on. It's not that you need to know the tools entirely from end to end. Okay. Two projects in different field like molecular genetics and bioprocessing. Is it good or I need to be narrow? So you want to get into bioinformatics as such, so then you need a bioinformatics related project. These are also good. You can add them, but if you want to get into a specific industry, do that specific industry related project. All right, and also everything is good only. Like whatever, as long as you have something to showcase, no, the companies appreciate. It might not be in their field, but it could be around. It would be somewhere near. Okay. All right, Sachin. Just a second. Looking for final year internship on bioinformatics, do MNCs or startups in take? I think, yeah, startups do take. You need to crack their interview, build the project, or whatever. Not even build the project. Sometimes the startups are like, okay, you are good enough. You have that approach that we are looking for. They'll take you. So doing internships is definitely a yes kind of option. Okay, is learning more programming language important or Python is enough? Python is enough. For bioinformatics people, Python and R are good. Python is best. I'll tell you this. More programming language, we are not required because if we are able to do the task from one language, why do we need to learn major like other languages, right? Insights on how we can break through. Okay, so repeated question bunch. Suggest some effective ways to find jobs. How did it worked out for you? Firstly, for me, it was from the course that I did. I got the opportunity. We applied to the company, got shortlisted candidates, and we got interviewed and we got selected. So for me, it was like that. For others, like if you want to search what's the effective way, LinkedIn is the most effective way. Go to LinkedIn, reach out to people, reach out to the HR or the IT recruiters specifically, and there you can just post them with like, okay, I'm searching, or maybe this is my GitHub account. These are the projects I've worked on. Let me know if you have any vacancy, and I would be interested. And that's something you can curate and do these things. So they have many job openings also. Just search bioinformatician India or wherever you want to go. So you'll get the list of the applied job roles that we have. Okay, I've already shared my LinkedIn account. I don't know coding. Can I still do it? Yes, coding can be learned. Biology has to be cleared. That no one will teach you after you come into the company, right? So that needs to be cleared. Coding, GPT is there. Today, no one codes. They'll just give the prompts. Give me this thing, and then GPT gives, and you need to know where are you going wrong. So it's like you can start developing. So no issues with that. Even if you don't know, start from basics, you'll get to know. Yeah, I'll share the PPT. Kindly message me on LinkedIn. What's the joining process? We have to attend interview, test strong knowledge and degree. They they do check knowledge to some extent, like 5%. What they check more, like a 50% kind of thing, or more than 50% is, are you a quick learner? Even if not a quick learner, are you hardworking enough? So all these things are there. Okay. Can you please help how to grow on LinkedIn from scratch? Start commenting on people's posts. Oh, this is nice. You're doing great. Like this is one a small tip. Okay. I'll tell you more on that maybe later. And I'll be posting on my LinkedIn also that how you can build a community. Once I also build at least some community so that I'm able to speak that okay, I did, now I'm telling you guys. So once I reach to that level, I'll definitely be sharing. Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Manage hospital people data. Yeah, people do. Hello, ma'am. I'm gonna take computational biology. How would it help in bioinformatics? Computational biology. It's like two different things in terms of job roles. So, yeah, you need to be good with the statistical part here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, we'll get connected on LinkedIn. I'm
Hey,
getting
Drishti.
all. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, it was really a good session. Great to see you.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Huh, I'm coming. Yeah, please go ahead.
great to see you. And
Thank you so
hope
much.
all the questions have been answered so clearly and so well. Guys, you can just put your reviews in the comment box as well, like if at all your questions have been addressed. So thank you so much, Drishti. I could see your commitment towards, once if when we asked you that you could eventually come. Thank you so much for the valuable session. That was really a great session. So just only one question from my
Hmm.
side so that we
Yeah,
can wrap up with that. I
sure.
just want to know as an emotion, like, how was this 1 year of journey for Drishti? That could be both on personally how you got developed and also like skillfully or technically. So how was that transition? Could you just explain that?
So at first, I was also in a place where I also don't know coding. I'm just starting with Python. How do I develop? Right. So I had all the questions in my mind, and I remember in one of the incidents in Seed Week 2, I was like so demotivated. Like, what if I don't get a job? What if I'm doing these things and I'm not able to crack that? So I had that constant thing when what if it did not happen? But I thought like, okay, you can keep trying, right? So one thing I was like, whatever whatever classes we used to have, I was the one who always attended all the classes.
Right.
So that's really important whenever you are. Don't be in two ships, right? Do whatever you're doing, do it in stay in one ship and just continue doing that. And once you put in your efforts now, everything is achievable. That's for sure. So these are the few things along with the practical things that you need to keep in mind, and we can just crack all of them. So the course also is like designed in a way where you can have bridge the gap between the industry, like the academia part and the practical part,
Right.
right? So that's one thing I was really drawn towards the course. That's why I joined.
Got
Yeah.
it. Great. And also, like, thank you so much, Drishti. Thank you so much, people, for joining this session. And one more thing I have to let you guys know is this is one such intimate session that we are conducting as an AMA. It's not a open session. So people who give us the information on what is that they are really curious about, what they actually wanted to be answered, or what all the questions that they have in their mind, we filter it out and then we send that to Drishti on the things that she needs to majorly get to be addressed. And that was really great that she came up with a very good plan, like with the questions, with the PPT. It was really a good work.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, if at all you have any more doubts, or if you want to have, a one-on-one call to understand you guys better, to, understand your aspirations, goals, and you want us to guide you better, you can just fill out the form which I'm just sharing you in the comments. in the chat box. Okay, you can just fill up that, and yeah, our counselor will get connected. It's really
Thank you.
great. Yeah.
Okay, guys,
Guys,
it
you
was
can just fill
great
the
to have
form
you
to
here.
have
I'll
a session
drop off.
with us. Yeah.
Okay, I need to head. Everyone is waiting
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah, Drishti. Yeah, you can
Okay.
leave it. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's connect on LinkedIn. Bye bye. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Okay, bye.